I'm wrapping up the hottest research from last week and the time it takes to microwave a Hot Pocket. Okay, let's get this one out of the way. If you haven't heard already, the Trump administration has already made some huge changes that have effectively canceled biomedical research in the United States. A hiring freeze, a travel ban, and perhaps most importantly, a communications pause for all HHS employees, which includes the National Institutes of Health, the world's largest public funder of biomedical research. I've made another video better detailing what this means, but many researchers right now can't submit their papers for peer review, can't get new grant funding, and can't buy equipment for their lab. Research has effectively been canceled. In other news, microplastics. Yeah, this one ain't happy either. A new study used high-depth imaging to track inserted microplastics in the brains of mice. And turns out the brain doesn't really like plastic, kind of just vibing out. The mice immune cells began eating the microplastics, with some of the larger plastic-packed cells becoming stuck in the small blood vessels of the brain. One author likened it to a car crash in the blood vessels, which is a great name for a Fall Out Boy song, and just as depressing to hear. Okay, I bring one piece of good news. Last week, a new study was published that found a more efficient way to desalinate seawater. Traditionally, one of the more expensive parts of this process has been removing boron in the form of boric acid from the seawater, which is present in toxic amounts for drinking. Problem is, boric acid is electrically neutral, so it doesn't get caught in the electrically charged membrane used in reverse osmosis. But researchers have developed a new device that uses electrodes to split water into hydrogen and hydroxide ions, which attaches to boron, giving it a negative charge, allowing it to bind with capture pores inside of the electrode structure. The free-floating hydrogen and hydroxide ions then recombine to form boron-free water. The researchers estimate that scaling this technology upwards could cut existing desalination costs by up to 15%, which is great because I hear water is pretty important for staying alive. Unlike those pesky microplastics. Keep an eye out for a video from Maddie C PhD, who'll explain this one better than I can. See you next week.